Hi friends, good morning. In this video, let's be discussed about MT103 STP, Straight Through Process Single Customer Credit Transfer Transaction Message. What are the topic it should be covered for the particular PPT? Definition of MT103 STP, scope, purpose of the message, example flow, MT103 mapping. What is the difference between MT103 STP and MT103 message? And what is the mandatory field? What is the optional field? What is unique for MT103 STP message? These are the topic it should be covered for the particular video. Let's we watch it continuously. Before going to this topic, I have provided the payment business analyst training for student and working professional. In case you would like to join the course, please approach for me tamilbusinesstechnews@gmail.com. MT103 STP, single customer credit transfer. What is the purpose of they are using for the MT103 STP message? MT103 STP is a straight through processing message. It's never ever involved any human intervention. The message it should be flow automatically without any human intervention. It's one of the error-free message also because you are using for the MT103 STP message, lot of benefit getting from the bank side. What is the scope of the message? It's a straight through process. It's eliminating for the manual intervention because without any manual intervention, starting to end MT103 transaction, MT103 STP transaction should be flow. It's a straight through processing message. It's mostly used for the international payment, cross-border payment, all the currencies, USD, UR, or all those things. The settlement should be happen for very fast because it's less human intervention. Another one, MT103 STP, mostly they are using for the structured data format. If you go with that field 15, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 59, all those fields are it's a structured format. Even though it should be accept for that A format only, 15A, big code or IBAN number. Those kind of format only they are using for the MT103 STP process. Another one huge benefit for this particular message, it's reduced for the operation cost because the message it should be flow start to end automatically without any manual intervention. So it's never ever go for any kind of manual queue. After operation user investigate for the particular manual transaction and push the transaction manually. These kind of problem it should not be occur for the MT103 STP process because it's reduced for the manual intervention, so bank get more benefit compared with MT103 because it's a straight through process. Next, what is the key feature of MT103? It's a fully automation process because it's starting to end. Whenever you initiate the transaction, MT103, it's starting to end, it flow for that automation. So manual handling is not required. It's a standardized field because if you compare with the field 77A, remitted information always is a structure format in MT103 STP. But if you go with that MT103, it's not a structure format. So everything is a structured data format. So it's never ever happen for any unnecessary interventions. Next, it's faster processing and settlement because why it's faster processing and settlement? Because the manual intervention should not be happen for this message. It should be flow for the automation process. So the reason it's happening, the settlement is very fast compared with MT103. Eliminating free format field. Free format field means I will tell that suppose the remitter information field is 77. If you go with the MT103, you can able to give in that 121 character or an unstructured format also. But MT103 you can able to given only for the structure format. So the structure format means the database side, mapping table side, staging table side, what are the backend process, everything is predefined and structure format. So it's eliminating for that text format related issues, and it's a free format also. It's eliminating for the it's eliminating for the text format issue and all those things. Just we will talk about one of the use case. It's just simple example of STP process. We know corporation need to send the money to Rahul Corporation from UAE. We know from India, we know holding the account in SB India and Rahul hold the account in Citibank UAE. Both the bank don't have a direct relationship. So what they happen, the correspondent and receiver correspondent and intermediary account with institution, all the banks should be involved for the particular transaction. But in our example, the correspondent bank and receiver bank only involved for the particular transaction. Even though you look on that message, they're using for the 52A, 53A, 54A, 57A. Why they use for the A format? Because MT103 STP, it should be support for that A format only. Either they use for the big code or IBAN number. So what will be happen? We know plan to initiate the transaction and he approach for that account holding bank SB India ordering institution or after the SB India prepare for the MT103 STP message that should be go for the sender correspondent ICICI Bank India. After ICICI Bank hold to the Nasto Vasto account in FAB first Abu Dhabi Bank UAE. After it's go for the receiver correspondent bank, then receiver correspondent send the money to account with institution receiver bank Citibank UAE. Finally, the Ragul account should be credited. This is for the simple example flow. Next, we will look on that one sample message. See, you can able to easily find out for the MT103 STP message. Field 23B, always they mention as a STP. And field 26T, that is a transaction type code also they mention. These two fields are mandatory field. Another one you can able to find out, just see this example. User header block 3, user header block 3, you can able to see that 119 STP. In case it's they mention the 119 STP means that is a 103 STP message. Why I am highlighted for this particular information? Because if you see that MT103 also they mention MT103 only. Even the MT103 STP also they mentioned the second block as a 103 only. But user get confusion. Okay, which one is the STP message, which one is a non-STP message. So what you need to do that, go and refer for the third block 119. If they mention the STP means that is a STP message. After just simply our as usual process, this is the financial institution message and this is for the inward payment message MT103. They mention the code as STP, so this is the STP message. After you look on that field 15A, 52, 53, 54, 57, 57, 59, all it should be come as a format only because MT103 it's accept only for that A format. Remaining format it's won't accept. After if you go and see that field 72, see that remitter info also they mention the structure format and charges also mandatory for that MT103 STP. But I will tell that one basic concept. Mostly MT103 STP process they're using for the SAR charges or Benny charges only. It won't occur for the OR charges. Very of the rare scenario only it's occur for the OR charges. Remaining all the scenario it should be occur for the share charges or Benny charges. This is for the MT103 mapping sheet. Basic header block, see basic header block you can able to see that whether it's a financial institution message or not. Another one, what is a sender BIC. Next application header block you can able to see that whether it's a input message or output message, and input means its sender BIC should become, output means receiver BIC should become. After you can able to see that what type of message M103, this is the MT103 message. After user header block already as I said that right, 119 and STP they mention, and a transaction reference number it's a 16 digit number. Whenever if you initiate the transaction it should be occur. Bank operation code 23B is a mandatory field for MT103 STP. Always it's occur as a STP, straight through process. And the transaction type code 26T also mandatory. 32A value date currency and amount, it's for that receiver currency details. 33B it's a originating currency details. 36 it's a exchange rate. And go with the next slide. After it's come as all the financial institution ordering customer who is initiate the transaction, that person account number or that person account number or that person um, uh, party identifier, anything should be occur. 52A is a ordering institution. Which bank should be initiate the transaction? That bank BIC code should be appear. 53A is a sender correspondent BIC. 54A is a receiver correspondent BIC. 56A is a intermediary BIC. 57A is a account with beneficiary big. 59 is a beneficiary customer. 17 is a remitter information. It's for the structure format. 71A they mention as a charges that is a mandatory for that MT103 STP. 72 is a sender to receiver information. These all the things it's a basic cover only, and we will go with the comparison of MT103 and MT103. Next, just we compare for the MT103 and MT103 in this slide. See, field 20 is a common field for MT103 and MT103 STP. That is a transaction reference number. Whenever if you initiate the transaction, the 16-digit transaction reference number must be generated. 23B bank operation code, that is a optional for MT103, but MT103 STP it's a mandatory process because you need to highlight, right, which one is a MT103 me 103 message, which one is MT103 STP message. Some difference is required, so that reason the bank operation code 23B is a mandatory field for MT103 STP. Transaction type code also mandatory for MT103 STP, but MT103 it's a optional field. 32A value date, currency and amount. It's a mandatory for both the message MT103 as well as MT103 STP. 33B currency and amount. It's an optional field for MT103 as well as MT103 STP. 36 exchange rate. That is an optional field for MT103 as well as MT103 STP. 15A, if you go with the MT103, either it's occur as a AF or K format, the party identifier format. But MT103 STP, if you go with that, always for the 15A STP format. 52A ordering institution, it's for the optional. MT103, it's always for that A format. 54A receiver correspondent, also it's an optional field. You don't have any difference, but MT103 STP, it's a A format. 53A also intermediary institution. This is for the optional field. MT103 STP, it's a A format. Next, go to the 52A account with institution. It's a mandatory for both the fields, both the messages. 59A, it's a beneficiary customer. Maybe use any format for MT103, but it's a structure format for MT103 STP. 17A remitter information. It's an optional field and the free text field for MT103. But if you go with that MT103, that is a standard format. It's an extracted format because that is a standard format. 71A details of charges, they occur for the share or Benny charges. Both the message it should be occur as a share or Benny charges. But if you go with that MT103 STP, mostly it's occur for that or charges. Mostly it won't occur for the or charges. It's occur for the share and Benny charges only. 72A sender to receiver information, it's an optional field. But MT103 STP, mostly they restricted this field 72. And next go with that, what are the important question for the MT103 and MT103 STP for the interview prospect? See, I will tell you one thing. Structure format always it should be accept for the A format. MT103 STP it's accept for the A format. Even the ordering customer also A format, beneficiary customer also A format. It's a structure format. Another one, MT103 STP, they are using for the BIC or IBAN for that all the financial institutions. Bank operation code 23B, you need to mention as a STP. It's a mandatory field. And 103 STP, it's eliminate for the lot of free structure format. Remitter information and field 72, sender to receive information. These all, it should be must in structure format for MT103 STP. MT103 STP, it's always for the straight through process. It should be reduced for the manual intervention for every transactions because it's a structure format message. Why they avoid for the manual intervention? Because the bank need to be send the transaction without manual intervention. They plan to reduce for the operational cost. Even they plan to reduce for that operation user involvement also. It's happened for the faster settlement and lower cost. Another one basic interview question. Most of the time, MT103 STP does not support for the OR charges. But I never say that it should not be always support for the OR charges. Most of the time, it's a 99%. It won't occur for the OR charges. They use for the remaining charges, share, ban, or remaining charges only they are using. Thanks for watching this video. Kindly subscribe my channel and provide your support.